Men's and women's basketball disappoint in their Saturday doubleheader, but men's ice hockey gets a tie over the weekend. All that coming up right here on the Suffolk Sports Report. Welcome into Studio 73, everybody, as we bring you the Suffolk Sports Report presented by the Communication and Journalism Department here at Suffolk University. I'm your host, Jacob Tobey. We start things off today with men's ice hockey as they tied Nichols College 2-2 on Saturday thanks to the heroics of Brendan Hayes as they scored with 16 seconds left in regulation to tie the game. The Rams first got on the board with 44 seconds remaining in the opening stanzas. They already trailed 2-0 when sophomore Sean Henry collected his second goal of the season on assist from sophomore Connor Henry and freshman Brian Brooks. The game would then remain tied until Hines' goal. Sophomore goaltender Michael Levine made 33 saves, including 21 in the first 40 minutes alone. The men's team is 3-6-3 overall, but have really struggled in conference play as they are 1-5-2 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. Suffolk will have a chance to get back on the winning track as they face Southern New Hampshire for the second time this season. They won that last matchup 5-1. They will play them on Tuesday with puck drop set for 7 p.m. in Charlestown. Hey, there was some basketball over the weekend, so let's start it off with men's basketball. Roll those highlights as we get to Reagan Gymnasium. This will be Jonathan Ang, the freshman guard, getting a pass from Michael Hagopian. Ang banks it home, didn't call it. Doesn't matter. Suffolk trails it by 8, and this is Quinn Richardson-Newton for the Monks. Had a jump shot in the corner. Baseline had a game-high 16 points. Suffolk trails by 10. This is now Jim Gemma for Suffolk. He'll go up the court with a little crossover move. Whoop, right to the basket. Finish with the left hand. Bank it home. Nice finish there from Gemma. Same move, different player. Thomas Duffy, get to the rim. Can't finish, would get 2 free throws. He'd hit them both. Suffolk trails by 8. Then this is the freshman, George Grilikis, to the basket on the steal. Nice defense. Defense leads to offense for Grilikis. Thomas Duffy, we hear from him again. Hits a jump shot at the elbow, 15-footer. It's good. Had 9 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. This is Grilikis and one opportunity, would miss the free throw. So Suffolk trails it by 1. They need a stop on defense. They don't get it. Richardson-Newton hits a floater in the lane. Suffolk trails it by 3. 2 seconds left. Hagopian's going to need a 3 to tie the game at the buzzer. No good. He can't get it to fall. It's blocked. But the only good thing about this week for men's basketball was Thomas Duffy. He got the GNAC Corvius Rookie of the Week award. 5.5 points, 8 rebounds. And versus Wheelock, the freshman put up 6 points on 50% shooting, averaging a career-high 10 boards as well. So now I bring in my play-by-play and color commentator, Clevis Murray from Suffolk Free Radio. And Clevis, a tough loss for men's basketball over the weekend. Yeah,
it was definitely tough. You got to give Suffolk credit, though. They came back. They're done by as many as 15 points to lose by only 3 points. What went wrong, though, for them, though, is the shooting. They went 15 of 46 from the field, shooting 28%, and 5 for 26 from beyond the arc. What that shows is that game is basically everything Suffolk has been bad at this entire season. They only had 4 assists and they're averaging 10 assists a game. So I think what they need to do is just get their shooting up throughout the remainder of the season.
Who stepped up individually for players this year for Suffolk so far?
You got to go with Stephen DePrizio, the sophomore. He's averaging 12 and 6 this season. He's had games with 22 points and 13 rebounds and 19 points and 17 rebounds. So I think he's been a huge spotlight for this team this season. He's the only consistent player thus far. And also you have the freshman George Grilikis, who's just entered the starting lineup, but he's averaging 7 points and 7 boards a game. He's doing a tremendous job with his all-out hustle.
So when you look at Suffolk's weaknesses and their strengths, what are their strengths, and then what do they have to work on over the next couple of weeks?
For their strengths, I'd probably just say their all-out hustle and knowing how to get back into games and not letting games get out of reach. Their strengths, their weaknesses are their shooting ability. They're only averaging 40% from beyond the arc, 26% shooting wise. So I think what they need to do is become a better shooting team, and also I think what they need to do is utilize the DePrizio more because he's only averaging 12 points a game. I think what they need to do is do a Hagopian and DePrizio screen and roll throughout the remainder of the game.
All right, that's my man Clevis Murray. Thank you, Clevis. So men's basketball will next play Wednesday at 5 p.m. versus Norwich as a part of the doubleheader with the women's team. And speaking of the women's team, we now send it over to Hannah Arroyo in the Studio 73 trophy room for more. Hannah?
Thanks, Jacob. The Suffolk women's basketball team dropped their second straight match to Framingham State University Saturday, 61-50. This was the Rams' first home game of the season, and they currently have a 3-4 record. In the first possession, junior Alexandra Nagri scored first as Suffolk eventually found themselves with an early 9-6 lead. Framingham quickly pushed back and took the lead 10-9. By halftime, Framingham continued to dominate and had a lead of 34-31. Senior Alexandra Clark had a layup that brought the Rams within 1 point of Framingham, but that was the closest they would reach the rest of the game. Junior Caitlin Caramello made her first start of the season for Suffolk and scored 12 points, notched 12 rebounds, and shot 3 for 5 from the floor. In total, the Rams had 41 rebounds, 11 assists, and 9 bench points. Good news for freshman forward Caitlin Rourke, as she was named the GNAC Clevis Rookie of the Week today. In 3 games this past week, Rourke averaged 5.7 points and 7.3 rebounds per game, and the freshman forward put in her best performance of the week in the Rams' convincing 92-46 win at Wentworth, where she scored 12 points, shooting 71.4% from the field, and grabbed 6 boards. Suffolk's next game is a GNAC matchup versus Johnson & Wales on Wednesday at 7:15 at Reagan Gymnasium after the men's game versus Norwich. Jacob, back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. So that will wrap things up for today. If you'd like to get involved with the sports report, you can email me at jtoby@suffolk.edu. So from all of us here at Studio 73, I'm Jacob Tobey. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.